Good morning, folks. Hope you're doing well. It's me, Christiana Gaudet. I am here live on my Facebook page. Perhaps you're watching in archive on Facebook or YouTube. It's Thursday, and every Thursday I do the Thursday Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter Wrap-Up. Did you get your newsletter yesterday? Every week on Wednesday, hey Lori, nice to see you. Every week on Wednesday, the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter comes into your mailbox if you're subscribed. To subscribe, all you have to do is go to my website, christianagaudet.com. Catherine, nice to see you here. Good morning. Good morning. VJ, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. I am just fine here in Palm City, Florida. Lori got her newsletter. Very good. And if you don't get it in your inbox, you might also find it here online, right here on my Facebook business page, Christiana Gaudet. Now, just a couple of things before we get going. I want to remind you that I'm doing a free class on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, also called Christiana Gaudet, a free class this Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Hey, TK, nice to see you. The class is the incredibly versatile two-card spread. Wherever you are in your tarot journey, you've probably heard about 3-card spreads. You've probably heard about 5-card spreads. But how much work have you done with simply 2 cards? This is a class, if you're a beginner, it's going to be a really simple way of working with just 2 cards. If you are an experienced reader, it will show you some new techniques. And VJ is asking for me to share. Let me just put this in the comments here. http://www.christianagaudet.com. I think I got that right. Oh man, TK, if I didn't get it right, TK is going to get it for me. He's so good. Okay, Neil, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Okay, very good. Glad to see you guys here. And again, if you're watching an archive, welcome. So the topic of this week's newsletter is about building bridges. The idea that we are all builders of bridges, that we have to build bridges one to another when we have every kind of relationship, that we build bridges between ourselves and spirit in our spiritual practices. Jerry Lynn, nice to see you. This all kind of came to me when I was taking an online yoga class, because what other kind of yoga classes can you take these days? And the teacher said that the breath was the bridge between body and mind. And I thought about that because when I teach psychic development, I say that the breath is the bridge between the mundane and the magical, between taking something in your mind and making it real, and that the breath is the bridge between the conscious mind and the intuitive mind. So it got me thinking about bridges and all the different bridges that we build. Now, I also think in this world, and of course I'm speaking as an American, but I think this is probably true in a lot of places, that we need to better build bridges one with another. There is so much division, there is so much blaming, there is so much finger pointing, looking at people who see things differently than we do. And we need to kind of cut through the all of that crap and find ways to build bridges with each other. That's what it's all about. So let me just say hi to a few more people who've come in. Anvi, nice to see you. Michelle, Jerry Lynn, so glad you are all here. TK said yesterday I pulled some cards for someone and I felt like I was a bridge in that person's life. Exactly. Hey, Billy, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. And that's the thing. When we talk about tarot reading, for those of you who are tarotists, and Laura says she's going to be coming on YouTube to my class on YouTube, so that's great. That'll be Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Hope everyone will be there. So when we talk about tarot, we do a lot of bridge building in tarot. We build a bridge between one card and another to be able to tell the story. We build a bridge between ourselves and the client and ourselves in spirit. Hey, Marion, nice to see you. And Betty, glad that you're here. So what I want to do today is do some readings around bridge building. Now, let me just share a couple of other things. As you know, every week in the newsletter, I have an article called Cards for Your Consideration, where we look at a card or a group of cards or a deck, somehow specific to the topic. And I chose the Lovers as a card of bridge building, but I also mentioned two others, the Six of Swords and Temperance. So the Six of Swords, Temperance, and the Lovers are cards that I want you to consider as cards that speak of the bridges that we build and how we build them. The Six of Swords uses logic to get from one place to another. Temperance uses blending. Let me take a little of this and a little of that to get from one place to the other. Now, my focus was on the Lovers, especially because, in modern times, so many people see the Lovers simply as this card of romance. And you got to think about it. It's related to Gemini and therefore the element of air, which is not like the most romantic thing. Gemini, of course, speaks of the twins. And so it's like, how do you integrate one thing with another? How do you build a bridge between one thing and another? And of course, being air, there's a lot here about the decisions we make and the way that we communicate to help us build bridges. Hey, Alicia, nice to see you. So we're going to do readings on bridge building. And the spread that I suggested in the newsletter was simply a 3-card spread. One card for you, one card for the goal or the person, and then a card in the middle, or as many cards as you need in the middle, to help you know how to build that bridge. So here's what I want you to do if you would like me to read for you. Pay attention. There's directions here. If you know what you're bridging to, if you have a particular goal, something you're working toward, then ask, how do I get there? How do I get toward this goal? If you're talking about a relationship and you want to know how to make a bridge, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, it could be any kind of a relationship. You can ask, how do I make that bridge? If you want to be more psychic, you can ask, how can I build a better bridge to spirit? So you've got to formulate the question. See, this is your challenge. You have to formulate the question having to do with bridge building. It can be, what am I building a bridge to? How do I achieve my goal? Anything like that, go ahead. And VJ has absolutely done that. Very good. Very good. And so go ahead and type in that full question. Don't just say a bridge card for me. Tell me what you're looking for. Are we looking for how or what? Those are the two questions. Bridging to what, or how do I bridge to? And so we're going to start with VJ, a bridge to reach his wife and rejoin with her. And we've talked about this before, and we know that there are some concerns and issues in this journey for VJ. And so how would VJ build that bridge? Ooh, the Ten of Swords. You would have to first acknowledge that there has been a lot of hurt, a lot of words spoken that perhaps have been hurtful, that there has been a lot of hurt and a lot of difficulty already. And so you start the bridge by acknowledging what has been in the past and looking at what you're going to do to fix it. Okay. Okay, Karen Winkle, hope you had a good birthday. I would love a reading about the bridges I should be building toward my new career. Beautiful, beautiful. Knight of Swords, Karen, first of all, don't worry. You can do it. The first thing you have to do is take away the impediments to the bridge, and that is your own worry or your own self-doubt. And then the second thing is really going to be about networking, building a bridge toward others to help you go forward. So acknowledging within yourself that you can do it, and then acknowledging to others that you are doing it. That's what it's going to take. Okay, Jerry Lynn, how do I build a better bridge with spirit while I'm distracted and worried? A+ for that question, folks. Don't you think that's a good question? We all have that concern. How do we build a better bridge with spirit when times are tough and we are all distracted and worried? Okay. So I've been pulling just however many cards feel right, which is what in the newsletter I suggest that you do as well. And we've got the Seven of Wands and the Magician here. And so first of all, recognize you are not going it alone. Spirit is already there. Spirit is already there helping you. And use your tools. However you do that, if you light candles, if you use incense, if you use yoga, if you use tarot, whatever your tools are, rely on your tools to help you build that bridge. Okay, TK, bridge between me and my Canadian settlement plan. Very good. You guys are doing a good job. I gave you a challenge here in terms of phrasing the questions. And you guys are right there and doing it really well. So very, very good. For TK, King of Swords reverse, King of Cups upright. Basically, follow your heart. And you may have to be careful about how you communicate in all of this because the governments now are all really preoccupied and busy. So it may take longer. So be very careful about communication, but do not worry. My friend Betty, how can I build a better bridge to spirit to be more intuitive and connected? What a great question. Very good, very good. So this is, okay, what I got was the Five of Wands and then Death. Okay. So for you to build this bridge, Betty, you want this bridge more than anything, and the bridge is really already there. You just have to uncover it. And it is buried under a whole lot of chatter. And that chatter may be about, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or am I doing this the right way? It may be a lot of self-doubt. Change your methods. Focus on the breath. Use the breath as the bridge. Release what they call the chattering mind. Let that go, and the bridge is already there for you. It already is. Envy, how do I bridge my union with my ex? Interesting question, and are we sure that that is possible? Let's take a look. Yeah, see, the Ace of Wands reversed, the Two of Cups reversed. It may be what you need to be doing potentially first is letting it go. You know, there's that old thing. I don't know if you guys had this in India, but in the 70s, we all had these posters in our bedrooms with a picture of a seagull. It was the Jonathan Livingston seagull thing. And it always said the same thing. If you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it's yours. If it doesn't, it never was. And that may be what you need to do. And I'm not saying that a reunion is not possible, Envy. I am saying that releasing the past, releasing expectation, releasing everything first may be what you need to do. Marion, how do I build the bridge to rekindle communication with myself and G? Yeah, that is a question. Janet remembers Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Yeah, man, that was an important lesson. Okay. Marion. God, he's so slippery. And I don't mean slippery like in an unethical way. He doesn't mean to be. But what shows up is, when he extends the welcome mat, in such a way, it's like the bridge is covered with flowers and beautiful. And I know this is true because I've seen it. And then he just rolls up the red carpet and breaks the bridge. And it's really, really hard then to rebuild the bridge. It is so difficult. Is there a way to get him to communicate with you at your request versus his? Queen of Wands. Billy said we all had that same poster. Yes, we did. Queen of Wands, Marion, I really am a fan of using magic for this, because what he's doing is so unfair. I think you have to use all of your magical tools to make your voice loud enough that he can hear it. We'll talk about how to do that. And it's funny because I've been thinking about, there's ethics about using magic on another person, right? But today it comes up, Marion, that maybe the magic you do is on you. To make yourself that bridge, to make your own energy that bridge, to make your energy big enough that he cannot ignore it. Maybe that's what you have to do, Marion. Okay, Maria, how do I bridge with a family member? So, the thing is, I think this family member wants to bridge with you, but misunderstands you or misunderstands something that has happened. And because of that, has an unfair concept or an unfair belief of what's going on and does not want to hear you now. And it's really too bad because I feel like the only way that you could make that bridge, Maria, is for you to do what this person wants you to do or be who this person wants you to be. And that's really hard to do. I almost feel like at this point a bridge may not be possible, that what you have to do is not let this person hurt you and just go about your business and wait for a better time. That may be the case. Carol, how do I build a bridge to making my hobby into a business with my granddaughters? Oh, Marion liked it. Okay, good. Okay. Carol, hobby into business. Oh, you got temperance. Which we had talked about as a card of bridge building. And I think you can do it with your granddaughters. It's going to take patience and it's going to take the right ingredients. You have to do a little of this, a little of that, blend it together, get just the right blend. And so it shall be. This is a good idea. I think you should really go forward with it. Lori, to build a bridge to total recovery for your kitty. Okay. Makes sense? And the thing is, Lori, there are things that you can do, but recognize that, there are some things that are not possible in this realm. And I think what you have to do, like in addition to whatever medical treatments are necessary here, I think you need to do a magical thing as well, Lori, where you remember when the cat was younger and healthier and more well, and visualize that and sort of give that visualization to the kitty, sort of saying, this is possible for you, and use that vision to help. Okay, Catherine Sanders. May I have a reading on the bridges I should be building or repairing in my career and getting my master's? Which I'm thinking really in one way or the other is kind of the same thing because one's going to facilitate the other or they both facilitate each other, right? So let's take a look. You know, for you, Catherine, your bridge is all about multitasking. It is really very mundane. It's just a lot of work, and you got to do it, and you got to believe in it, and you got to keep it going. If you do that, you'll be successful. It is not easy. If it were easy, everyone would do it, but you can do it. And Missy says, I tend to burn bridges down, not build them. So the question there, how to be, for Missy, how to be more of a bridge builder by building bridges to and with the people you love. You know, the problem is you've had too many a-holes in your life. Billy, good question. A bridge between the left and right dichotomy. So that's hard because our very national leaders are sort of trying to take those bridges away. They do not want us to have dichotomy. No, I don't mean dichotomy. They do not want us to have conversation. They do want us to be separate. They don't want us to have unity. That was the word I was looking for. I love the word dichotomy, though. I just like to say it a lot. Okay. They don't want us to have unity. And meanwhile, we've got like the Russian bots who are putting out memes on both sides that people post, not even bothering to Google and research whether they're true. So people believe terrible things about people on the other side of the spectrum that aren't even true. And so that's just my own opinion. That has nothing to do with the cards. Let's see what the cards say. The sun reversed. I think everyone has to be willing to compromise. Compromise used to not be a dirty word. It used to be how we got things done. And now I think there's a lot of people who are sort of in this righteous place of not wanting to compromise even a little bit. You know, being so idealistic about their values that no compromise is possible. And I think the sun reverse says that the bridge to unity is compromise. Okay, Karen Reinhardt, what bridge do I most need to focus on to move forward? So this is going to sound counterintuitive, but it's true, Karen. Being happy exactly right now where you are. You really need to be in a place of be here now. And until you can do that, it's not time to move forward. Okay. Janet, this is a good one. What is the best way for me to bridge from procrastination to successful action? I think a lot of us need that, don't we? So there's a lot of things here, Janet. I think that there are times you're not procrastinating at all. Part of your self-care is just to be still. You're a freaking yogi who loves the beach. You know, it makes sense. So allow yourself time to do those things and don't feel bad or guilty about it. But then when that time is over, you have to spring into action. I think that there can be, like, you've got so many good ideas, but you don't always, like, you believe in them, but you don't believe in yourself, Janet, as the messenger of those ideas. So you believe in what you know, but you don't believe in yourself to bring it forward. So that's part of it too. Hey, Brenda Nicholas, nice to see you. Yeah, Lori says seagulls are my things today. Okay, let's see. Okay, and let's see. Missy did finally ask a question here. How do I stabilize my bridge with my best friends? My best friend, things have not been the same. And what shows up here is remember what you really enjoy about this person and focus on that, but recognize that there may be some changes in the energy here that you are going to have to accept. Okay, hey, Jewy Honda, good to see you. I would love to know, how do I build a bridge with this person I burnt the bridge with? Is that even possible? Well, the only way to try is with communication from the heart. I'm not going to say that it will happen, but you can certainly try. Okay, you guys. So that's my time. I'm going to be back tomorrow with your Friday weekly wrap-up. So remember, YouTube class, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on my YouTube channel. If you have not, hey, Josh Wilner, so nice to see you. Glad you're here. If you have not hit like here on Christiana Gaudet on Facebook, please do. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, Christiana Gaudet on YouTube, please do. Please join me on YouTube, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, for a tarot class. This is going to be a great class for beginners and experienced readers alike. Now, a week from today, on the 23rd, I am doing a premium class on Zoom. It's a major arcana class, and I would love to see you there. You can get more information on my website, christianagaudet.com. You can also find the event right here on my Facebook business page. Just look at the events. Also, remember, we are keeping our fingers crossed for this whole pandemic to be solved, and I believe it will be, in time for StarCon, January 2021. We are planning to gather in Palm Beach Gardens. There is now a StarCon Facebook page. You can find it and like it, and a StarCon Facebook group. You can ask to join it. Remember that StarCon is spelled with two A's, STAARCON. I want to thank you guys so much, and also remind you that I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, Duo, WhatsApp, anything but here in my Palm City office until this crisis has passed. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay well. I will look forward to seeing you soon.